continue.
All right, so we can cool here is with Robb from Nonpoint. How you doing, man?
Good. How are you, brother?
Good. It looks like 2021 is the year of Nonpoint, man. Everything's coming around for you guys, huh?
Yeah, man. It's been quite the welcome surprise. It's been awesome. We had actually all these plans for last year, and obviously I don't have to mention last year, but when we released Ruthless, I was, we knew we were sitting on a really good song, but we didn't know how much it was going to like explode. It's doing great at radio. We dropped the video 2 weeks ago. We're already over 100,000 views, and we're approaching 1 million streams on Spotify. So it's it's really good, man. I can't complain.
Oh, it's a straight banger, dude. I mean, you guys came out hard for your first song on your new label, for sure.
Yeah, man. Jason, our newest guitar boy, he's not really new, but he joined the band in 2019. He brought in these riffs, and we just got in a room, put them together. And when Elias came back with the vocal, we're like, wow, dude, this is really, really cool. And probably a top 5 catchiest choruses we've ever written, and we're really happy with the outcome of everything, man. Like I said, I am, like, after 22 years to still have a song charting, it feels really good. It feels really good.
I mean, I can see this song being big in the sports world, like wrestling and football.
Yeah.
Pump the crowd up, you know what I mean? It's definitely got that going for it, for sure.
We didn't have that in mind at all, but we did this thing with AEW this year, which was supposed to have been done last year. We had wrote the song before they had even contacted us, and we're like, well, we got a song right perfect for this, and so they did the Blood and Guts thing, and that was the song that they were using on all their socials, and it really brought a lot of awareness to the band, and I'm hoping, like a hockey team or somebody, picks it up, or an MMA fighter, wants to come out to it or something like that.
Yeah, definitely.
I wish there was a wrestler named Ruthless, so that could be his song.
Yeah, for sure. Now, speaking of the blood and guts aspect of this, that video, man, went a little dark there, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Elias wrote the treatment, and it definitely went rogue. No pun intended. He went rogue on all of us, until the end, where I got my revenge on him. But yeah, man, it's like I said, and that was another thing. Like, how is this video going to be received? We've never done anything like that. So we're there at the premiere, and everybody's like loving it, and everybody's like posting it everywhere. It's like, man, everything's been just, after the last couple of records, we were kind of non-existent at radio and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden to do our own label and come out like this with a, brand new banger of a song, an awesome video, and it's just been overwhelming, to be honest.
Now, let me ask you this. Is there kind of a subliminal message in that video? And what I mean is you and Elias are the only 2 original members, and you 2 are the only ones that live. The other guys get their heads bashed in.
Well, we don't know if Elias lives or not.
Right. Yeah,
that's the thing. I mean, there may be a part 2, but I go after him, so we don't know if he lives or not. There's early indications that maybe not.
Right.
But who knows? We don't know. But I know I wasn't going down.
Now, did you ask for that specifically? Like, yo, man, I ain't fucking getting taken out.
No. Well, when we were doing the photos, I said, you know what? It doesn't seem very believable that you would knock me out. And we started this whole thing saying, not believable. So it was like this whole thing we did at the photo shoot. But he wrote it like that at the end, I think based on the photo shoot. I don't know if he did it because of what I said, but it was really cool. I was happy with the turnaround. Like, I was like, man, this is cool. I escaped from this.
Right.
The other 3, not so much. But I don't know. I don't remember if you have written it like that before the photo shoot, or he did it because what I said at the photo shoot. I don't remember, but I did tell him, you know, this is not very believable.
Right, for sure.
So, yeah.
So do you feel any extra pressures now? Not only are you in a kick-ass band, but now you are running a record label as well.
Well, I mean, it is. I mean, I have to give props to like Robb, who's our COO, and Francesca Ludicar, who is our content creator. This is a 7-person team, and there is a lot of pressure. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we're learning along the way that we thought, because I've been on labels since 2000, and everything has changed. You know, it went from selling CDs to streaming, and then vinyl came back.
Right.
And then we've sold a real lot of vinyl over the years, you know, from the ones that have been released on vinyl. But yeah, there is a lot of pressure because you got to keep up with what's the industry standard at the time. And, you know, we're old dogs, you know, like we're, you know, I came from an era where 8-track tapes was the thing, you know, like I owned 8 tracks.
Right.
You know, and I came from I came from vinyl. My first way to listening to music was on vinyl. I mean, a cassette wasn't even out, and neither was that CD wasn't even a thought. So I don't know. I mean, it's going to be interesting the next couple years to see how we turn all this around. And, you know, basically in 2 years, we'll know, I guess, where we are. You know, obviously you're not going to come out of the gate, you know, boom, boom, boom. But, you know, but the Ruthless, the way it came out, you know, we started strong.
For sure.
You know, I mean, we did release To the Pain on vinyl. It was released on 361 Records, but not a lot of people caught up on that.
Right.
And we had the logo on the back, and I think a couple people, oh, look, it says that, but they didn't even think that that's what we were doing. They had no idea, just thought something we put on there. They had no idea that we were doing a label until we made the actual announcement. But now there is a lot of pressure. I mean, there's a lot of moving parts. Our boy Robb, you know, he's we call him the fireman because he's putting out fires all the time. You know, with certain things that come up. You know, it's just there's a lot of business involved in running a label, and I mean, usually a label is usually a 25-person staff. I mean, depending on the label, maybe even more. But we're only 7 people. You know, we've hired a couple people here and there to help with certain things, but there is some pressure. But you know what? It's a challenge that we're all looking forward to, you know, to take on.
You know, it seems like during the lockdown, a lot of musicians had to figure out their next step in their career. I mean, from what I've noticed, you either wrote a book during this lockdown, or if you were smart enough like you guys, you were able to realize that you got to do your own label to start making your own money, because the income was taken away without you guys being able to tour for what, almost 2 years now.
Yeah, you know, and one of the reasons, I mean, we've been talking about a label for like quite a few years now, but never, I think we were either too hesitant on taking the steps. But after a couple of things that happened with our previous label, you know, we decided, you know what, let's go for it. No, we were also able to retain the rights to the masters to a couple of our albums. So we were able to take them off on all streaming sites, then re-upload them as us. And then we start seeing the money coming in for that. We're like, man, we're actually making money off of our music.
Right.
This is the first time in our career in the 20 odd years that we're actually making money off of our music. And I encourage every single band out there to do this. You know, there is advantages of being a label, but when you sign with a label, record an album, that record belongs to them. And you get paid, but not as much as you get paid as when you own it. Right. You know, so we decided to do this on and honestly, the rewards have been great. You know, I'm not per se rich, but I'm not complaining by what's coming in. You know, like I'm very happy that I can say that, you know, I'm living off of my music. And I think, I mean, it would take something incredibly special for us to even break away to go to a label. And I see no reason to. Like, you know, it surprises me that some of these bigger bands don't do this themselves, because they have already the incredible fan base. that will stand by them. I mean, we have probably a less than a quarter of some of these bands' fan bases. I can't imagine how it would be for them if they ran their own label, you know? So it's just a matter of getting the right people. I mean, I have to credit, like I said, Robb, Francisca, and Elias have been absolutely outstanding when it comes to this label. You know, the other guys and myself, we help as well. We have little tasks, you know, as opposed to them. They do a lot of the planning and a lot of the financials and all this other stuff. And we have like a lot of outside people that help us as well, that to make sure that our vision is there. But it's, like I said, you can say there's a lot of pressure. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. You know, I was a little hesitant going in, but like I said, once we gained the masters of some records and I saw the turnarounds, I said, wait, hold on a second. You know, I can actually like don't have to tour my ass off all the time to make money. You know, you're finding other ways of revenue as well. I mean, I love touring, but sometimes, you know, bands tour a little too much and burn out their markets. You know, it's better to, you know, spread out the touring.
Definitely.
You know, so you can't play like the area of Chicago 4 times in a year. That doesn't work.
Right.
Maybe twice, and that's it. And then you go away for a while, you know, and don't come back to that area for a while, you know. So that's the plan, basically, is maybe tour a little less, but, you know, hit the markets where people love us and whatnot, you know. But we're looking for other streams of revenue as well. I mean, we all have families. Most of us have 4 of the 5 of us have kids. You know, so it's hard to go away for 2-3 months at a time, you know, not seeing your child, you know. So I think it's going to be a little bit spread out. But I mean, if the opportunities come where we have to stay out there for a bit to tour, we're not going to turn down an opportunity that's going to help the band.
For sure.
You know, that's always been the goal. You know, we try to find all the opportunities we can, but if it's come to us headlining, there's no reason to go out there for 2 months. We'll just go 3 weeks at a time or something like that. Yeah.
So it definitely must have been eye-opening and frustrating. I mean, you being the artist that put all your work into making this music and not getting the percentage that you should get, to finally being able to say, oh my God, this is the money we could have made, but look what we're making now.
Well, the thing is like, you know, that when you're sweating and grinding and fighting with each other to write music. Not fighting, but, you know, sometimes there's some tense moments, and, you know, and all bands go through this stuff, you know, and it's like someone at a job, you know, this manager doesn't like what that manager does, you know, or something like, you know, it's like that everywhere. But, you know, when you put in that hard work, I mean, and like I said, a guy like Elias puts in so much hard work into this, and then all of a sudden you get flagged for using your own music. That's, you know, that's very eye-opening. Like, it says, and I said, hold on, you're gonna flag me for the song that I recorded that you paid for, but I can't use it to promote a tour to help the band.
Right.
You know, and that stuff like that was like, when that started to happen, Elias and myself were like, yeah, we may need to do some changes here, because now nobody can say a fucking thing. You know, we can do whatever the hell we want and work at our own pace. You don't have to worry about any pressure. You know, we have a fantastic producer we work with, Fred Archambault, and Robb Rucha also, you know, who works at the label. He's also our engineer and has played bass on an album for us, you know, and he's been pretty much everything for us, you know, and he has definitely helped our career in an incredible way, more ways than previous representation that we've had for our band. He's helped us a lot, you know, especially financially. You know, he's helped us find new areas of revenue. But I said, when you're on your own music, the whole ballgame changes. And like I said, I encourage everyone to at least try it once and see what happens.
Now, being your own boss, man, what's that like when you're writing your music down? Because it's so much, like, you're free, basically. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, we also, you know, we have learned. We have learned a lot over the years. I'm not here downing any label. I mean, without those labels, I wouldn't have been able to go independent. You know, because they helped us. You know, besides all the BS that goes on between band and label, they did help us. You know, I can't talk negative about any of these labels. So, but right now we don't have a guy over our shoulder saying, yeah, I don't know about that song for radio, blah, 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 blah. You know, we are pretty much have we're well versed in what we need to do for our music. You know, me and Elias have been in this like 22 years, and Adam and Rashid have been in the band now for this will be their 10th year. And then Jason will be 2 years in come, I think, October, November. So everybody has pretty much an idea what we need to do, but there's no pressure. There's absolutely no pressure. We can take as long as we want, and we can be the band that we want to be. It says, what band is that we would like to hear? And we can become that. You know, it's just a matter. And I'm saying we all work together really well, especially this lineup. We work together really well when it comes to writing music.
Now, last summer, you guys had a huge campaign where you guys were picking a cover song, and When Doves Cry won.
Yep.
When can we expect to hear that track?
Not really sure. I mean, it's done, mixed, everything ready to go. We're gonna wait to see where Ruthless continues to go, and maybe we'll drop it. You know, it's recorded, it's done. It came out really cool. You know, we struggled with it. It was a hard song to recreate because we didn't want to do the same exact version as Prince.
Right.
You know, but it really came out. I mean, we went through like 4 or 5 different versions of it. The same thing happened to us with In the Air Tonight. In the Air Tonight is a 5th version. What people know, that's the 5th version of that song. And same thing with Doves. It was just a hard song to recreate. I mean, it was basically the same drum beat. That song has the same drum beat from beginning to end. It's like they just looped it all the way through.
Right.
And it was hard, you know, because we're like, okay, we gotta find, you know, we basically use some of the song. Obviously the melodies are the same, but we recreated this whole thing, and I think it came out cool. I'm hoping we can release it soon. I don't really have a definite date. No, we don't. We're just gonna see where Ruthless goes, and so far Ruthless is doing so well that and any other song right now, it's not even a thought right now.
Now, out of all the songs that were of our choices, was there one that you were rooting for more than others?
What, for these new ones?
For the cover, when everyone was voting.
Oh yeah, I mean, I really wanted DMX to win because that's pretty much in our wheelhouse.
Right.
There was also I can't remember all of them. Hotel California was that would have been interesting to take on. I think it was Prince against Nothing Else Matters, right? Was that the end one?
Yes.
Nothing Else Matters has been done so many times already, you know, that I'm glad it didn't win. I mean, it'd been cool. Maybe we could have been included in that Metallica box set that's coming out now.
Yeah.
There's like 17 covers of Nothing Else Matters on there. But the Miley Cyrus and Elton John version is absolutely amazing cover. Her voice is really good. But yeah, I was rooting for that DMX song to win the most, or that AWOL Nation, that Run. Yeah, I like that one too. But I think Bad Wolves did that song. I'm not sure. But definitely DMX would have been cool to do.
Yeah, for sure. I would love to hear you guys take on that.
Yeah.
Maybe as a tribute one of these days you can.
Maybe we'll do another tribute too. We have a tribute 1. Maybe we'll do a tribute 2, which is something we've been talking about as well. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Now going forward, I know you guys had a plan on releasing 3 different sets of EPs. Is that right?
Yeah, so we have this one called Ruthless. It's got 5 songs, and we haven't recorded the other 2. We're working on the songs now. But yes, that's the plan. And then put it all together into one package.
Now, are you excited to get back on the road?
I am. You know, I'm not as scared as I was. You know, I'm fully vaccinated, ready to go. I definitely am excited to get out there. I mean, I can't wait to hit that stage. You have no idea. I mean, it's been our first show as Rock Fest in Cadat, which is a huge festival, which I'm so excited. So I'm definitely excited to do that.
Have you guys been rehearsing and stuff to make sure everything's
Oh yeah, we've been getting together every 2 weeks. We get together. We're actually getting together tomorrow.
You know, I think Vince Neil proved to everyone he can't just jump up on stage and.
Well, I mean, I feel bad for Vince. You know, I mean, he's such. You know, Miley Crew is such a great band. You know, like I really hope that. I mean, he's got a year to get it together. You know, for next year. I mean, it's sad. I mean, but I still love Miley Crew regardless. You know, like, but I know he's had some struggles. You know, and it, you know, getting older. You know, stuff like that. It happens. You know, I mean, not everyone can be a Rob Halford. You know, where you can still sing. Or like Ronnie James Dio, like before he passed, he was still singing at a high level.
Right.
You know, but you have to take care of yourself, man. I don't know what Vince does. I don't know Vince personally, you know, but I hope he takes the right steps. And, you know, because I know a Def Leppard and Miley Crew together is going to be an amazing tour. I mean, anybody who lived that era is going to everyone's going to be like high school all over again, you know, so.
You know, what it is, it's a shame though, too, because if it wasn't for cameras and everything out there, nobody would have known. You know, it could have just been a one-off fluke.
Yeah, and people just like to put a negative light on things, you know, and stuff. But like I said, I hope he pulls it together. So
now, one thing I got to ask is, do you think people are going to be able to behave themselves once they get back into the big crowd? I mean, what I'm saying,
I don't know, man. I mean, I think it's probably going to be business as usual.
What I'm saying is, like, I've been watching a lot of on Facebook and YouTube and stuff. They've been showing the baseball games, and there's been a crazy amount of fights in the crowd.
Well, that's I don't think, like, especially like in Philadelphia, you know, that's always going to happen. There's, you know, people get drunk, you know, there's a opposing team fan over there. They want to talk trash to them. I don't know. I mean, I'm not out in the crowd, so I don't know. I've been to a few baseball games, and I stay aware of what's around me, but so far everything's been good. I've been to 3 baseball games this year, so I don't know. I think it's just, I hope that there, you know, people will maybe, you know, cherish these times, man, because they got so much taken away, sports and you know, and school, concerts. I hope everybody cherishes this. What I have noticed too is people are announcing tours and they're complaining about shows during the week. I said, dude, you didn't have shows for almost a year and a half. Who gives a fuck if it's a Monday night? Go to the damn show. You have concerts are back, dude. You know, I just don't get it. You know, I don't understand it, but I hope that people can just stay positive and just, you know, bring a good vibe to shows or games. I have seen, like, once they opened up, like in Philadelphia, there was like a huge fight.
Right.
It's like, why? Dude, you're finally at a baseball game. Why would you want to ruin it by fighting? So I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, as I say, that's the one thing I'm wondering about. If they're fighting at baseball games, what are they going to do when they go to a metal show? you know what I mean?
Just hopefully, you know, like I said, I am thankful that we're going to get back out there. I know a lot of fans are thankful that concerts are back. I just hope that everyone is thankful, you know.
I hope people appreciate it once again, too. I mean, you know, I think people took it for granted. Like a year and a half ago, they're just so used to shows. I mean, you see people on their phone, or they're recording it, or they're not paying attention. I hope you get caught up in the moment and say, oh my God, I missed this for so long. I needed this in my life.
I agree. Like I said, let's hope, man. That's all we can do is hope.
Now, one thing is that you guys got a bit of controversy because you tried to play a show during the pandemic and everyone started coming down like, oh my God, I can't believe that. But it was just, I don't get how fans can, you know, you're trying to do something, you're trying to play, you're trying to
you know, that's all in the past. No need to talk about it. You know, that's already been forgotten about. So
moving forward, what's next for you guys?
Well, we have some shows next month. We have Rockfest in Cadott. We have a show with Stain in Iowa. Then we have the Upheaval Festival in Grand Rapids. Then we're going to be going out on tour in September. We're going to be announcing those dates soon. We have a couple festivals. We have a few shows with Atreyu and a few shows with other bands that I can't really say nothing yet because nothing has been announced. But we got a couple festivals and we're just going to go out there and play and do our thing, man.
Awesome. Now, people want to follow up. They want to know more about the dates. They want to hear music, maybe possible re-releases or anything like that.
Nonpoint.com. Yeah, and that'll direct you to anywhere you need to go.
Awesome. All right, man. It was a pleasure speaking with you. I love what you guys are doing. Ruthless was amazing. Congratulations on the new label. And I see you guys fucking nothing but the top for you guys.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking time talking to me. And I know you asked for me specifically, so I appreciate it.
yeah, it was definitely, I was like, man, I want to see you for sure.
Definitely. I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
I mean, you take care of
Thanks,
yourself.
bro. Bye.